Hello, this is week 7, and this week you're going to be reading about direct child guidance. Last week during class I talked about indirect child guidance, which is all those wonderful things teachers do to prepare for the class before the class actually gets to the classroom. But direct child guidance is what you do after they've arrived and you still need a little bit of work on their behavior. So you'll be reading the textbook, chapter 5. You'll be reading our week 7 notes over here, and just a few thoughts on direct child guidance. Our guidance has to make sense to the child. You want there to be logical consequences. Telling a child they've lost recess at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when they hit someone at 9 in the morning doesn't make sense, because by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I can promise you they've forgotten all about that. They will have absolutely no idea why they're having to sit on the fence or sit at the bench or whatever it is. One of the things that I found to be really effective if you have someone not attending, not doing what they're supposed to do, is proximity. Just go stand by them. For those of you who've had me in class, you've seen me walk over and stand next to a table, and it makes a huge difference because all of a sudden everybody's paying attention. You can read books about whatever behaviors you're trying to encourage in the classroom, picture cues. I always assign jobs for everything, and be really careful about children who are always cast in the role of the bad kid. As you see in the outcast vignette, children learn real fast whose name's always up on the board, or who always has to turn their card, or who's always on red by noon. And those stories go home and they sort of perpetuate. And unfortunately, sometimes children live up to their reputation because they feel like they've got nothing to lose. If you've already lost all your privileges by noon, why behave after that? There's no point to it. So those are just some things to think about as you are going through the chapter. Just thought I'd throw my 2 cents in. On your assignment for this week, you are going to do a discipline encounter analysis. So there are 6 different discipline encounters, and for each one of these, I'd like you to read through it. Like, for instance, number 1, one child tells another child, "You're stupid." It's a terrible thing to say. And, I think 99% of everybody would say there's something you need to do about that. So you're going to say either yes or no for ignoring it. Obviously, you're going to probably say no, you can't ignore it. But then give me a rationale. And for your rationale, I'd like to hear, based on what you read in chapter 5 of Marion, why that would be something you'd say, no, I can't ignore. But in addition to that, give me some examples, maybe things that have happened in your own classroom that relate back to that, or that you've seen in internships you've been in, or just when you were a student even. So make sure you include lots of specific details and examples. There's always some becauses to these judgments, and you'll go through each one of these. And that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. We'll set up a Zoom appointment and visit about it. Hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.